Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to join me here. I greatly appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's just jump into this crazy news. There's a lot to cover, and I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. As always, the articles will be listed down in the description box below. So we are having, these are all off the Zero Hedge. People are now resorting to microloans to afford groceries and gas. That's really no shock right now, considering the prices of everything. I'm not going to read these articles in their entirety because it will take too much of your time up. So I do advise you to just read when you have the time. 2 months ago, President Biden read off a teleprompter. I built a strong economy. We built a strong economy without a strong job market. 2 months later, and cash-strapped Americans are using microloans to afford gas and groceries amid crippling inflation. I noticed that I could buy essentials with it and not have to pay everything up front. And it wouldn't affect my pocket as much, said Linda Cruz, a 37-year-old mother of 4 from a small town near San Antonio, Texas. Linda Cruz, a mother of 4 from a small town, started out using Klarna's interest-free loans for occasional large purchases, like a new air conditioning unit after hers died during a heat wave last summer. But as prices started to rise for essentials, she started using it for groceries too. Cruz, 37, a bail bond agent, and her family's sole earners paid bi-weekly and said Klarna is a useful budgeting tool, letting her take care of her bills when she gets a paycheck. This is on Bloomberg. Meanwhile, Klarna just closed an $800 million round of financing at $6.7 billion post-money valuation, a fraction of nearly $46 billion valuation it achieved last year. So perhaps this Bloomberg article is simply marketing a new niche for the 17-year-old lender that says it embraces the shift in the way people use credit. Credit can be good, and credit is the fastest way to destroy you and your credit. You know, I always say use discretion, and in big purchases, if you can't afford it, save your money up and buy it that way. Don't put it on credit cards. Don't take out these micro loans. Some of these loans have extremely high interest rates. We already know that interest rates have gone up tremendously over the last few months, right? So tap on that, and these are kind of like hard money loans. So when you do that, you're going to be paying, you're going to be paying over what you need to be paying for that. So it's going to end up costing you way more in the long run. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are hurting right now. I understand that. I know it's difficult. I don't have the answers. I just know that these types of loans are really detrimental to your financial aid in the long run, your financial well-being in the long run. All right. So there's many more pages to this, as you can see. Again, it will be linked down below. So another one that I wanted to touch on is extremely important. So let's go, and these are all again on Zero Hedge. It says, much of Southwest is turning into Death Valley as Dust Bowl conditions return and water sources dry up. Now, if you go back into history, you will know that right before the Great Depression, we were in what was called the Dust Bowl, right? So it was the Dust Bowl, and then what followed that was the Great Depression. It's almost like history is repeating itself once again. I know a lot of people don't like to think of United States having another Great Depression. However, is it possible? You bet. A depression is just a really, really bad recession. Just keep that in mind. So it shows pretty much all United States map in between yellow and bright red. The endless drought in the Southwest has become a full-blown national emergency. If Lake Mead, Lake Powell, and the Colorado River keeps drying up at the rate they have been, millions of Americans could soon be without water and electricity. Despite all of our advanced technology, those living in the Southwest continue to be extremely dependent on a handful of critically important water sources. So I'll skip on down. The National Park Service says Death Valley is the hottest and driest place of North America, but the truth is the vast stretches of the Southwest are now starting to resemble Death Valley. For example, Utah has been dealing with extremely unusual heat in recent weeks, And at this point, nearly the entire state is officially suffering from either extreme drought or exceptional drought. All right, let's click on down. Meanwhile, water levels in Lake Mead and Lake Powell continue to fall as well. Supplies at Lake Mead and Lake Powell are dangerously low, holding just more than a quarter of their total capacities and threatening the dam's ability to generate electricity and provide water to its nearly 40 million users. This is substantial. So it hasn't been this low since, I guess they're saying 1980, right? Also, the drinking water for millions of Americans is also at risk. This is why we continue to talk about getting water now. Normally, the Colorado River provides drinking water for approximately 40 million people, but now it's drying up really fast. We can't survive without water. Can't do it. And we aren't talking about a crisis point that is years or even months away. If California and 6 other states can agree to severe water reduction in less than 60 days, the U.S. government will do it for them. California and other 6 western states have less than 60 days to pull off a seemingly impossible feat. Cult a multi-way deal to dramatically reduce their consumption of water in the dangerously low Colorado River. So, we're going to end it right there. There's a lot more to this article and the other one, but I'm just going to give you the headline of it. Let's see here. This is again on Zero Hedge. Loan Depot to fire another 2,000 workers as mortgage market implodes. So they are going to be laying off people, employers that were extending job offers during the COVID. They are now basically rescinding those offers, just like I said in my previous videos. You need to be stockpiling food and water the best to your ability that you possibly can. This is not crazy talk. This is serious talk. Consider it life insurance for you, right, and your family. You can see here I have ordered substantial supply. I can't get them all onto my desk here, but these I ordered them directly from Food Saver because I was reading an article or reviews on Amazon that was stating that they were selling knockoff Food Saver bags on Amazon. So I was like, So I went directly to the source, and then I bought these on foodsaver.com, right? So these are handy. These are the reusable zipper ones. So if you have that little device that I've shown, then you can use it, or if your Food Saver has the attachment, right? This, as you remember, it was the potato flakes here. Okay. You can buy the brown paper bags, and I will include a demonstration at the end. I ended up cutting the bag too large, and so I wrapped it. I was like, I can't deal with that. I'm like kind of a perfectionist when it comes to things, you know. So I was like, I cut it, and then I cut it down, and then I repackaged it, vacuum sealed it, and I did put the instructions because I'm not accustomed to making potato flakes, right? But if you do make your own bread, you can use potato flakes for a starter. I'm not a huge lover of sourdough bread. I'm trying to seriously get away from breads and stuff. So I remember I put my community post. Here is the Augustin Farms, the country, what is it called? Country Fresh. It is a non-fat dry powdered milk, and you can use this just for about anything cooking, you know, whatever, if recipes call for, you know, milk, whatever. And yeah, it has how many servings? 39 servings, shelf life up to 20 years, okay? These are mason jars here. I don't know if you can see them. Well, these are a whole case of mason jars for dry canning. So most of the stuff here is obviously supplies. You want to be getting supplies now. If you have been, if you've been saving up your money, not spending it frivolously, then you can take advantage of the deals that are coming. I picked up a car. It only has 2,400 miles, so it was in a garage, drove hardly any for under $18,000. Okay, I did pay cash. I got a cashier's check, and I wrote it to the car dealership. So it wasn't 100% brand new, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with the car, and I love it. It's one of the ones that I had back in the day. So you can take advantage of great deals. Car sales we're seeing right now are down extremely well. The Kelley Blue Book, or the retail resale value on my car, is still running at $22,000 up to $25,000, because, and people are paying that and are getting it for the cars that they sell. It is a sports car. It's only obviously 2 seats. You've seen it in my previous videos, and you know, they don't depreciate, is what I'm trying to say. These particular cars, they do not appreciate because there's only X amount made of them. So like I said, that's just a vehicle, right? But it's, again, it's an asset. Keep saving your money, and you can take advantage when the housing market completely busts. You can pick up land and homes on the cheap. So remember that. Gold and silver, keep it right now. Gold and silver has just been, you're not doing well. However, don't get discouraged. Keep, you know, holding silver is not like a get rich quick thing, right? I have coins that I inherited from my dad that he has collected from his dad, so on and so forth, that are valuable, because the longer you hold your coins over time is when they become more of value, right? I'm hoping I never have to touch them and I can pass them down to my family, right? Pass it down through generations, because by the time they reach, you know, they'll be even worth even more. So again, you know, we're seeing all over the world severe shortages in food. Sri Lanka, they're having trouble. Their whole economy is collapsing. They're talking about food shortages in other countries. We are eating last year's food, our crops, right? We have produced absolutely zero. The Netherlands, one of the second, I think, largest suppliers of food for the world, is struggling bad. We've got problems big time here with our oil, and you know, and I can't say too much about you know who, Brandon, but you know where I'm going, selling off, making deals. We're in trouble. Like, really, we are in trouble. I don't think anybody at this point cares about the Green New Deal, right? People care about stretching their dollar, and if they're going to provide food on the table for themselves and for kids, and they're, you know, concerned about commuting back and forth to work. Not everybody works down the street, you know. When I lived in Pasadena, Los Angeles County, I traveled for 3 years from Pasadena to Woodland Hills every day, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, it wasn't super far, but you got to factor in traffic and going to and from, right? And now the traffic there, you're pretty much going anywhere. You're on the freeway and you're pretty much sitting. It's just bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. I had to be there in Pasadena last week for my martial art class, and I left super early because I already know, because I, you know, lived there for over 20 years. So I knew that there was going to be an extensive amount of traffic, so I have to prepare accordingly and to leave early. There's just no other way around it. And even coming back, I went to see a friend, and coming back, it was a lot of traffic. And this was at 9 o'clock at night. So there you go. California, it's sadly to say, LA is a mess. It's filth. It's a homeless crisis. Is out of control. I don't know the future of California, but I can honestly say it's not looking good. And it's not looking good for the majority, most parts of the United States. Texas, they're saying they're not even going to have enough electricity. They're probably expecting the grids to go down at any given time, because the kilowatt usage there is just so intense, because they're having high heat waves at temperatures like 110, 109. So, you know, you really got to find ways. And I'm sorry, we were supposed to go over what you can do when you can, you know, when the grids go down. And if it's summer, you know, best I can say is have some type of generator I mean, you can get solar generators that can definitely run a fan for like $200, $150, I believe, maybe not $150, maybe $200. You know, that maybe run a small fan, taking cold showers, you know, those towels that, you know, go around your neck, keeping extra ice packs, you know, and just if you're fortunate enough to have a pool, get in the pool, you know, and you know, you got to get through it. You know, if you can, get in your car in the air conditioning and do that. But having the solar generators, I know not everybody can afford them because they are costly. So, you know, just keep preparing the best you can. Food does add up, but really concentrate on water, because water right now is one of the biggest concerns for everybody. So I'm just going to end it here so we don't go too long, because the longer I go, the longer it takes to upload to YouTube, and sometimes it can be problematic. So, you know, I hope everyone is continuing to do well. They're talking about another surge of, you know, and possibly wearing the face diapers again. People are not going to fall for it. They're just not going to do it. They're even possibly talking about more lockdowns. Isn't it kind of ironic right before midterms? So, you know, it's just more problems to come. So, thank you to all my subscribers that are here. Thank you to everybody that watches and gives a thumbs up. It just helps to get the video out to more people. And I do appreciate all my new subscribers, so welcome. I do see each and every one of you, and I do try to get back, reply to everyone's comments and their emails. Sometimes it may run a little bit late because, you know, I'm busy with doing, you know, just doing life, but I do try to get back to everybody. So if I'm late, I apologize. I'm not ignoring you, just know that, and I will eventually get to your emails. I wish all of you to stay well, be healthy, be happy, the best that you can. Continue to exercise, you know, get fresh air, get sunlight, stay hydrated in these high temperatures, and until next time, God bless all of you. I just did 3 of the mashed potato flakes into the brown paper bags and then vacuum sealed them.